live on YouTube. We gotta do one last thing.
Okay.
So, to get them live on the app, this is a whole other thing. I'm not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna do that. So it's gonna be live on the app right now.
Okay.
So go ahead. Stay ready? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah. On the app, all I see is Hef.
There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
The Black Lung, the Black Lung Show, 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 and starting fucking now.
That's right. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on the world-famous Chaotic Radio. Your home for punk rock here in Southern California. It's a beautiful Sunday. No more rain here in Southern California. No more flooding. Nothing's on fire. But we did lose more people in music, which is terribly sad. So right now, you're going to have to bear with me on this show today a little bit. We don't have any musical guests for you guys today. Things have been a little bit hectic. B is back there. What's up, B? B's helping out my kid. Got my kiddo back there. Hi, Arias.
Hi.
She's learning how to engineer. This is going to be fun. So, we're going to make this really easy. The first thing I want to do today is it's going to be a little bit of a sad show because the reason, well, for me it was sad because last week, the reason I didn't do a show last week, like I said, I've been going through a lot of stuff personally. We had a leak in our bathroom, and so we don't have a wall or a sink or anything in there, and it's a little rough with a bunch of teenage kids. And I wanted to do a show last week because a very famous person in punk rock passed away, and I wanted to pay tribute. It was last week. Lorna Doom from the Germs passed away. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you can see I'm representing. Got my Germs t-shirt on. So, in tribute to Lorna, you ready for this, kiddo? All right, we're going to play the Germs Lexicon Devil. You got it ready? You point it out? All right. So, you are listening to the Black Lung Show on the world-famous Chaotic Radio. Rest in peace, Lorna Doom. Here are the Germs.
Push on, gun below the raptor club. Feel drop the love of your hand. Running my head from the bottom down. I'm devil with the bastard. Turning all due to the wood, my aim. Give me your hand. Give me your mind. Give me your hand. Your mind. Give me this. Give me that. I'm super gun trip for wood. Excuse me, savage joke show. Gun cap on grams and mill. Search for something around you. I'm devil with the bastard. Search for future wood, my aim. Give me your hand. Give me your mind. Give me your hand. Your mind. Give me this. Give me that. Every job I need to change. Give me the power to rearrange. Together we'll run to the high pump. Turn down and let us drown. I'm the devil with the bastard brain. Searching for future wood, my angel. Give me your hand. Give me your mind. Give me your hand. Give me your mind. Give me this. Give me that.
All right, and we're back. That was Lexicon Devil. Oh, hang on a second, kiddo. Don't get ahead of me. It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry. This is Chaotic Radio, where it's a little chaotic all the time anyway. So this is the best place for you to learn how to be an engineer. B, thanks a lot for helping out my kid. So check it out, B and Arias. So You guys know the deal with the show. Coming up on year 4 now. Still pumping out the punk rock, the bands and everything. Like I said, things have been a little crazy for us, right, kiddo? With the bathroom all messed up but on and some good stuff too. Last night was the movie premiere of a movie called A Gunman's Curse. I played actually on the big screen, just one showing, but it was cool. I was a producer. I actually started off on the film as an assistant director, but I ended up doing a lot more. I got to bring on my good friend, my brother Jeff, who used to play in a band with me called the Hostages, and it was weird because the old lady told me she found a Hostages CD, and you got to hear it too, kid. What do you think?
I really liked it.
Thanks. Can you turn her mic up a little bit? She's so real low. Thanks, B. It's weird to think too that album, well, that was actually a double album, recorded on that CD, on that Burn CD. That was 18 years ago. That's how long it's been. And so Jeff, who did a lot of the songwriting with me, actually came on to the project, A Gunman's Curse, with my buddy Ezekiel and myself, and he actually scored the film. And that was the very first time that he had ever scored a movie. We were looking for someone to do that, and I suggested him because he's so talented. He's been playing music for a long time and can play multiple instruments. So he did the actual entire the whole score. We had a couple original songs. Brad Randall had written and recorded a song for the film. It was meant to be a short film, but ended up turning into like an hour-long feature. And when we looked it up with the the MPAA or whatever it's called, they actually told us that it's not considered a short film if it's like an hour long, so it's a feature film. So we got a feature film done, which is nice. That's the second one that we've done. We did one years ago called Stormy Night. I'm not sure where you can find that. I got a copy of it on DVD somewhere. I should probably show you guys that. Anyway, so that it felt really good. We had the premiere last night. The movie was shot in Mentone, half of it, and then the other half was shot in Chicago with 2 separate crews. So that had its challenges, in itself. But everyone did a great job, and everyone came out last night, cast and crew, all the actors, and we saw the movie on the big screen, which it's really cool to see that. It's a different life making movies. I'll tell you guys that. If you guys have never tried to venture into that, like, it's a crazy life being in a band and playing shows, and it's also a little weird having your own radio show and having people watch my face on Facebook or YouTube or whatever the hell this thing's going on right now. So a lot of things happening with me right now. So I apologize to everybody because I've been kind of hit and miss on the Black Lung show. I do a week and then I'm not here the next week. And like I said, we've had flooding in our house, right? We've had movie premieres, fishing trips. We've had a lot of weird stuff. So what I was thinking I was going to do today was I came up with an idea for the show, and it wasn't because of anything good. I found out yesterday that a friend of mine, Bailey, a.k.a. Tiger Lily, passed away. She had weird in the circle of musicians. She had actually auditioned once to play with us as we were transitioning from the Prostitute Marys. Things didn't work out, but that happens sometimes. She was really talented though. Played banjo and drums, and she had a lot more talent than I did. She played in a band called the Juju Bones. I was gonna try to find something to play it but this is real sudden and last minute. I just found out about it yesterday. Very sad. She left behind a little girl. I did find a video on YouTube of the Juju Bones playing live at Liam's Irish Pub in Colton. I used to love playing there. I played tons of shows there throughout all the years that I've been playing, and it was neat because I think it was back in 2010 or 2011. You watch the video, and you get to point out in the crowd. You can see who was in the audience, and I see Vic there from the Walking Toxins and V Fatal, and like, hey, there's Vic. Very sad though. So like I said, I didn't have a time to pick a song for them, but so what I thought I was going to do, and I think I'm going to, especially since my kid's with me today, Arias, learning how to engineer for the first time. Proud of you. Look at that big smile. Get it. I knew I'd get out of it. Yeah, but you were also smiling early because I took her for her first time to her first punk rock record store. Where did we go?
We went to Dr. Strange Records.
Hell yeah, we did. I bought a couple CDs, which I rarely do nowadays because, I'm all about the vinyl, and I'm going to spin some for you. But what I did pick up on CD, I picked up the Misguided. And the Misguided are friends of mine, been friends of mine for a long time. They don't really play very much anymore. Their bass player, Josh Macho Camacho, is my bass player now in Something Ferocious. And speaking of Something Ferocious, I just remembered some good news. I've also bought not only his old band CD, Misguided, but I also bought a split CD with Electric Frankenstein and El Nada. The reason I'm mentioning that is because Sal from Electric Frankenstein is putting out a Fistful More of Rock and Roll compilation series, which features bands from all over the world, and they're really, really good. I want you guys to check that out. I just saw online that they came out, so I'm going to order some and hand them out to my friends, but you guys should check that out. So a Fistful More of Rock and Roll. Check Electric Frankenstein's website. I mean, that would probably be a good way to start, or just Google that, a Fistful More of Rock and Roll. Anyway, so yes, we back to what I was going to say a minute ago about the show today. So the areas here, I was thinking, we lost two women in rock and roll, which is very, very sad. So I figured today that we're gonna play some music throughout the show of bands that I like that have women in them. So we're just gonna do a show about women who rock. That's it, right? What do you think of that? Cool idea?
Yeah.
See? And I thought about it on the way over here. And also, before we do that, I'm going to play I'm going to play two songs for you. And again, we lost someone else in rock and roll. Another legend, which makes me really sad. Fast Eddie Clark passed away today. I just read that. Rest in peace, Fast Eddie Clark. If you don't know the name, original member of Motorhead, one of my favorite bands of all time. And then he went on to start Fastway as well, with one of the guys from UFO, I believe. While it's not punk rock, it's still rock and roll. And Fastway influenced a number of bands. Great band. So we have. You ready to play this? You sure? You got it? You look confident. We're going to play Fastway. Say what you will, all right? You're listening to the Black Lung Show. What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
You got it?
You're going to play it on the record player, yeah?
No. You're going to play it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Do you see where it's at?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. Don't worry. It's good. It's all right. You ready to play it? Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do the intro to it. Ready?
All right.
All right. Rest in peace, Fast Eddie Clark. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on the world-famous Kaotic Radio. Here's Fastway.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. What you doing?
That was Fastway with Say What You Will. I love that song. Is that the first time you heard that song, kid?
Yeah.
If you guys were watching, are you guys watching on the YouTube thing? You see that I had to get the IT guy to come in here and help me set up. I still can't figure this shit out. How long has it been? Now I figured out. See, my kid sister's watching. Can't really say that she's not really a kid, but she's still to me. Love you, Manida. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Arias is my engineer today. Smiling. Looks like you're having fun. So we're gonna play another Fastway song. Okay, you already know where that is. You got it. See where it's at. What's it called?
Trick or treat.
Right. Okay. Now here's something cool about this. I'm gonna give you guys a little history lesson on Fastway with this particular song. So this song came from a movie called Trick or Treat from the 1980s. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Right. You know who was in the movie?
No.
Okay, so the main actor's name was Mark Price. He was on an old TV show, Family Ties. It was with no, now I'm drawing a blank. Fox, what's his name? Back to the Future kid. What's his name? That's so embarrassing. The guy who was in Back to the Future, little dude. Anyway, but that's not the cool part. Who else was in the movie? The reason I was saying is that Ozzy Osbourne was actually in the movie. He played the preacher on the television screen. And then the DJ was Gene Simmons from Kiss. That's who it was. Looked a little different, right? You go back and watch the movie now, you'll see it. It was Gene Simmons. Anyway, so Trick or Treat, 1980s movie, one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I love that movie. And so what they did, the main evil character, his name was Sammy Kerr. He was a rock and roll musician that died, and if you played his record backwards, he, came back and killed people. I don't want to give any spoilers away. It's only been 30-something years. But great movie. And so the soundtrack to that, all the songs that Sammy Kerr was playing in the movie was actually written and recorded by Fastway. They did the entire movie. So when you watch the movie, that same band that we just played right now, Fastway, they're the ones that did the entire movie. Thank you, Michael J. Fox. Thanks, Manida. Why was I? Oh, my God, it's so embarrassing. It's because I'm drinking water. Would have a beer, but my kid's with me. Anyway, we're going to play Trick or Treat for you. I love this song. So you're listening to The Black Lung Show. Once again, here's Fastway. Take it away, kiddo. You got it? There you go. Love this song. Black Lung Show. Good job. You're doing a great job. Good job, kid. All right. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on the world famous Kaotic Radio. All right, go ahead and take us into commercial break. I'm kidding. I wish you guys could see this on camera. The look of horror on her face. That's fucked up as a parent, right?
Yes, very.
All right. I'm sorry, kiddo. I won't do that to you again. Anyway, that was Fastway with Trick or Treat, title track from the actual movie. I know you guys are watching on YouTube. Some of you guys. I appreciate that. If you want to go ahead and type something in the chat, I can't do it really fast. You want? I know some of you guys are watching, and some people are listening live on the internet. That's cool. If you're watching live, God bless you. You got to look at my big giant forehead. That's pretty much all you can see in my Germs t-shirt. Kind of, it's a radio show with the camera inside. Anyway, so I'll do this. Like I said, on for today's show, I wanted to just honor women in rock and roll, especially with the passing of Lorna Bailey. Had to do that quick tribute right there to Fast Eddie Clark. It was a great band. I didn't want to play Motorhead because everybody here knows Motorhead. How many people have you ever heard Fastway before, kiddo?
No.
Was that the first time?
Yeah, that was the first time.
What do you think? Pretty cool band, right?
Heck yeah.
All right. So that's what I want to do today. We're gonna play some music. We'll trade off, me and you. How's that? I'll spin the vinyl and you play the internet stuff. So women in rock and roll. When people pass away, people get sad. Obviously, I'm really sad for Bailey and her friends and family because that was a close, local musician. Everyone across the world's mourning Lorna Doom and now Fast Eddie Clark. But when we were driving in here before we went to the record store and we're listening to the Misguided, I was listening to the radio, and for the most part, I like playing or interviewing musicians. You guys know that. That's the whole deal. I play in a band, and I like promoting other bands and bands you may or may not have heard of. But when I was listening to the radio, it's the same thing over and over. It doesn't matter what station you listen to. Anything, any FM station. Maybe if you listen, to the streaming service is a bit different. You get different shows. The only one that I think is a little bit different is Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS because he plays some obscure stuff, and that's cool to listen to. But for the most part, you hear Metallica and Led Zeppelin, and you hear Red Hot Chili Peppers on. It's like on a continuous loop. It's like a broken iPod. That's what I always compare it to. It's like it just stuck. You don't get to hear anything different. So I'm gonna play some stuff that you may or may not have heard before. Just my favorite bands. I went through my record collection, so I'm gonna spin some vinyl for you. I'm gonna do the first one right now. I'm gonna do a 7-inch. Cover your ears, kid. Band's called Nashville Pussy. Here's a 7-inch. This has been sitting in my collection for a little while. So here you go, YouTube. There's something at least I can hold up, so you can check it out. Usually, and right now, usually it's 2 guys, 2 girls in Nashville Pussy. Men and women, ladies, gentlemen, whatever you want to refer to them as. So it's a very nice song by a very nice band. Nashville Pussy also is coming on tour. So for all my California friends, I'm excited about that. I know they're going to be playing, I think, with Danko Jones. I got to try to get him in studio. Great musician from Canada, I believe. Danko Jones is another band that we'll probably play later on, in a show down the road. So without further ado, I'll take this one, kid. You sit back and relax, okay? Nashville Pussy, a 7-inch. The song is called Kicked in the Teeth. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on Kaotic Radio.
Two-faced woman with your two-faced lie. I hope your two-faced living keep you satisfied. You tell me, baby, I'm the only one. Then you go running around town with every mother's son. about you. Just list on all the things you do. I used to think that she was sugar and spice. I should listen to my mom's advice. You did it teeth again. I had to know sometime you win. Teeth! Kicked in the teeth! Kicked in the teeth again!
Awesome, man. I love spinning records. And I love playing some new stuff for you guys. Well, maybe it's new to you guys. It's not really new. This album was actually released in 1997. A little bit before your time, kiddo, right?
Yeah.
1997. I had just graduated. I was in the Army back then. I just finished my first year of college in 1997. How time flies. Time flies. Anyway, I was just thinking something weird. Well, before I get into that, Nashville Pussy. That was a 7-inch. 7 inches kicked in the teeth. If you want the 7-inch, go to Dr. Strange Records or go to their website, drstrangerecords.com, and special order it. I paid $8 for it. Worth every penny. I love this. Love this band. They're coming on tour next week. They're going to be playing all over the place. I thought I had written it down, but I didn't. So if you want to find out, Google that shit. What do you want me to do? Everything for you people? Come on. I'm playing the record already. You want to go see Nashville Pussy? Look them up. Look them up. Like them on Facebook. Go to their website. I'm sure they got one. And find out where they're playing. Because they're playing with some really good bands. I remember seeing Danko Jones playing there. They're going to be in Southern California, not this week, coming up weekend, but the following weekend. So like the 9th, I think. They got a few shows all over the place. I think they're playing Marty's on Newport, if I remember right, is one of them. I still haven't been down to that place. I want to. Anyway, that was Nashville Pussy. Something funny. What do we see on the way to the show today, kid? What do we see somebody selling on the side of the road?
Oh, we saw them selling turtles.
We saw a guy selling turtles. Now, I don't know how to feel about that. He was holding them up over his head. You know, I live in San Bernardino, California, and you got a lot of people selling weird shit. You know, mostly on the side of the freeways, flowers, oranges. You know, all the vendors with the coconuts and the pineapples, and you know the elote lady. You know, you got people selling some weird shit, but I've never seen anybody selling turtles before. That's weird. That's not a segue into anything. I don't know any songs that have turtles or about turtles. Do you? You know any songs about turtles?
No.
Why don't you make one up and sing it for us?
I don't have a good voice for that thing.
All right. Well, so no turtles. All right, kiddo, your turn. We're gonna go back and forth now. So, again, last minute thinking, girls in rock and roll, right? We want to show some love to them, and so this next band was a band that I saw live for the very first time. Where did I see them? I think I saw them at the Hollywood Palladium. I was there to see a band called the Reverend Horton Heat. You ever heard of a band called the Reverend Horton Heat?
No.
No? We got to fix that. Hey, we'll do that for a later show when you come in and engineer for me again. You're doing a great job, by the way, kid.
Thank you so much.
All right. You having fun still?
Yeah.
All right. You're going to play this next song, okay?
Okay.
So look on there. The band. So I went to go see the Reverend Horton Heat with my buddies. And there is this band from New York, all female band. And they blew me away. Unfortunately, they don't play anymore. But they ended up becoming one of my favorite bands. And I bought their records and their VHS tapes. VHS tape, kid, by the way, was what we used to have before we had DVDs.
I know what that is.
All right.
I watched a lot of.
I'm just saying. I think I still got. We got a VHS player too at the house too. I'll have to look for it too. Well, there's some stuff you shouldn't watch about this band. Anyway, the band's called the Lunatics. God, they were such a great band, and they were just so fun and so full of energy. Some of their music was, you're not old enough yet, but you can hear this song. I think a lot of times I don't really plan things through all the way. So hopefully it's not too bad. But it's a fun one. You got it ready to go? All right. This song's called Dear Dottie. And, this is by a band called the Lunatics, who I miss. Man, I wish they would do a reunion. You're watching and listening to the Black Lung Show with your DJ Ryan and your engineer Arias. All right. Here's the Lunatics. Hit 'em, kid.
Dear Daddy, what should I do? I wrote this letter to you. I know you'll tell the truth in the weekly world now. My tongue's here, my lips blue. Oh, dear Daddy, what will I do? Shave my tongue, but my back is hairy too. Signed hairy and blue. Honey, I hairy tongue, I can't imagine who wants to stop living and get it whacked. No one's the hairy trap. Oh, hairy trap. Daddy, what should I do? I wrote this letter to you. I know you'll tell the truth in the weekly world now. I'm married, Dad, my mom playing. Go to my control chat. Daddy, I just gotta know. Should I stay with Daddy or should I go? Signed, I don't know. No, you're crack, man, no problem. I think you better be out with no flop. Go there, I climb down, go. You're too big an idiot to ever be reformed. Dear Daddy, what should I do? I wrote this letter to you. I know you'll tell the truth in the weekly world now. Daddy, what should I do? I wrote this letter to you. I know you'll tell the truth in the weekly world now.
That was Dear Dottie by a band called the Lunatics. I miss them. I miss them so bad. They were so fun live. What do you think of that song, kiddo?
I liked it.
It was cool, right?
Yeah.
See, that's what I do here at the show. Well, when I'm not interviewing bands. I'm trying to show people some other bands you can listen to. There's a lot of other bands besides the Red Hot Chili Pineapples that are really good. And there's a lot of women that rock. So that's our today. It's going to be our theme for the next half hour because we're only going to do an hour show. We got other kids to go pick up from babysitters, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And we got to barbecue that fish that we caught.
No, I'm not eating it.
You don't have to eat it.
Okay, good.
All right. Yesterday, one of our other kiddos caught her first fish. We went fishing. Sorry, PETA. Anyway, don't shake your head at me. I didn't invent fishing.
Yes, but you enjoyed watching her, and you were really into it, just as much as she was.
That was her first time fishing, and she caught her very first fish, and that was a proud moment as a father. Well, as a foster father, whatever, you know my job.
Same thing.
Yeah, but you got to feed llamas, so don't complain.
I'm not. I love those llamas.
They were nice llamas, right? All right. So moving on, we're gonna continue with women who rock. Okay, and so I got this next one, kid. Don't worry. The next couple of bands we're gonna play for you. I was thinking back to all the years that I've been doing this show, and I'm gonna play some of the bands that I've actually interviewed on the show and bands that I played live with. So this is a band that I've liked for a very, very long time. Saw them, back in the day at the Showcase Theater in Corona. If you guys aren't from Southern California, that was a great live theater where we went to all of our shows at when we were kids. The band's called Naked Aggression. Very, very in-your-face punk rock. Kirsten was actually a guest of the Black Lung show, I think in the first year that I did the show. And the first time that I put together a live show featuring all the bands that had been on the show, the Walking Toxins were on the bill. The Last Gang, who we'll get to a little bit later. Who else can I remember? My band, we played the show. Somebody else, I think, too. Yeah, it's been a while. It's almost 4 years ago. And I was very fortunate to get Naked Aggression to headline the show. So personal friends, favorite band, really, really good band. They're back together now. They're playing a lot. And I've been doing a lot of record shopping lately, spending some money. What I was going to spend, because there's my two favorite record stores right now is Redlands Vinyl, because obviously they carry the bands on my record label. Thanks a lot, you guys, if you guys are listening. You can go pick up the Rundown Creeps and Southpaw and the Less Offs down there for First Off Records. Just look right behind the counter. They're on the shelf there. And then they have a lot of used vinyl, and I love treasure hunting. So in the last week, I picked up a live album from 999, another great band. I was going to play that, but we're just sticking to Women in Rock today. I also found a PIL record. Dutchie's gonna flip out when he hears this. I'll probably spin it, on the next show. By the way, there is no show next Sunday for you guys. I know, you tune in sometimes and it's not on. So I apologize for that. Like I said, got a lot of kids, got a band, movies, and a job, and trying to save turtles. It's a crazy life. I'm doing what I can, people. I'm doing what I can. But I promise you, I got bands booked, and we're gonna get back to it. Look at the Black Lung Show Facebook page, because I might be doing a show Saturday instead. Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday and my birthday, so I'm not going to be here in the studio. And no one else is. No one will be listening anyway. But maybe on Saturday, I might do a show, and I'll get to that towards the end of the show. Anyway, back to Naked Aggression. I was at Redlands Vinyl, right? And not only did I buy 999 and a PIL record, I found a Naked Aggression album. And what's weird, it's a live album. I'll hold it up for you guys to see. Naked Aggression, March, Alive, live at Gilman. Gilman is a very famous punk establishment up in San Francisco, Gilman Street. You can hear about it in Rancid songs and maybe Green Day songs. But anyway, what's really weird about this record is that it's autographed. Usually don't find an autographed record in a vinyl store. I mean, unless they've got a special one, right? Because I only paid $10 for this thing. and it's autographed. The thing that sucks is that it's autographed to somebody else. It says, Dave and Kevin, you guys rock. Love, Kirsten. Well, Dave and Kevin, you guys are fucking stupid. You don't get a record autographed, especially by a band like Naked Aggression, and then get rid of it. What the fuck's wrong with you? Oh, sorry about the language. Don't give me that look.
What look?
You live with me. You know how I talk.
Yes, I know.
All right. But yeah, Dave and Kevin, you guys are fucking idiots. You don't get... Let me explain this to you, kid. I need you to hear me very carefully. All right?
Listening.
Okay. When a rock and roll band autographs a record to you, that's something special. I've got a bunch of them. You've seen some of my record collection, right?
Yeah.
I'll show you the ones, but never, ever get an autograph record and then sell it or give it away, or I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Anyway, so it's live at Gilman. I haven't even played it for myself. So we all get to listen to it together for the first time. Needle on the record. I love that sound. We're going to listen to some live Naked Aggression. You're listening to The Black Lung Show, as if you didn't know, on Kaotic Radio with Ryan Pena and Arias.
Right now. Watching them worse and worse.
Yeah. See, that was the first time I even listened to it. That was Naked Aggression, was Right Now. That was from the live album that I just picked up over at Redlands Vinyl last week. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to The Black Lung. You know why I say that too, kiddo, by the way? Because this is a punk rock show, and punk rockers are usually late. Oh, someone just left. I saw someone just had tuned in just for a second. They probably saw my handsomeness and couldn't take it, and they left. Yep. All right. Bye, suckers. Anyway, I say that too just because punk rockers are always late. They're late to their own shows. Just I got to let people know. You're listening to The Black Lung Show with Ryan Pena, your host, very humble and extremely handsome, and Arias, who's engineering for the very first time ever. She's doing a great job. You're doing a great job, kid. Having fun?
Yeah, thank you.
Right on. Okay, so that was Naked Aggression again. Thanks, Dave and Kevin, for being so fucking stupid for giving up this vinyl that you got autographed. I've already got autographed Naked Aggression stuff anyway, but now I got another one. Okay, so moving on to more bands that feature women in rock. That's what we're doing here today for the next about 15 minutes left in the show. Usually I do about a 2-hour show, but like I said, we got to go pick up some more kids. Next one. All right, it's your turn. Okay.
All right.
Band's called The Last Gang. Okay, it's probably up there on the list, right? Okay, so these are personal friends of mine. They were on the first year of the Black Lung show, and that same show I was talking about earlier with Naked Aggression. We put them on the bill as well. They played with us, so I had a chance to not only interview them, I had a chance to play with them, which was cool. That's what I love doing. I love interviewing bands and later down the line having a chance to play live with them as well. But the good news for them, not only are they cool and they're friends of ours, they got signed, which is a very hard thing to do. If you guys play music, it's tough. And they got signed to Fat Records. Fat Records is owned by Fat Mike from the band No Effects. And they are blowing up and playing all sorts of festivals. I just saw they were touring with Agent Orange, but something happened and the tour got canceled for some reason. But they are playing some killer shows. So congratulations, There's a lot of haters out there, but not here. We don't hate, we congratulate. Right, Arias? That's right. Congratulations to The Last Gang for getting signed. I don't know if I've talked about that on the show before. Like I said, it's been a weird couple of months. Anyway, the song's called Cocktails. And take it away, Arias. You listen to Black Lung Show. Those are my buddies, the Last Gang. Congratulations to them for signing with Fat Records. Yeah, you even faded them out and everything. You're back there like a pro. You know how many engineers I've had throughout the years on the Black Lung Show areas? I think, let me try to count, at least 5 or 6. And you did a lot better job than most of them. No offense, B. Well, you got B back there. That's a great B's a great teacher. B's the best engineer I've ever had. But you're coming up right up, nipping on his heels. We might have to get you to engineer some other shows. Well, we'll see. Having a good time?
Heck yeah.
All right. So the show's almost over because we got to get home. Public service announcement, by the way. I just thought of something too. Turtles carry salmonella. So if you see the turtle man, be careful. You don't want to catch something. I'm telling you. Careful, people. All right. Before we go, I want you guys, if you guys are in Southern California, next Friday night, February 1st, this Friday coming up, is my birthday show. My birthday is actually on Super Bowl Sunday, so that's why I'm doing the show on Friday, because no one's going to come hang out with me. The cool thing is that I'm playing with not only the Thirsty Crows, who just released a new album. I got to get those guys here in the studio. I'm playing with a bucket list band for me. I'm playing with the Undead. Now, if you don't know who the Undead are, the Undead, this band's been playing since the 80s. Really good band. And in the band is Bobby Steele. Bobby Steele was the original guitar player for the Misfits. He was on the first 3 albums, I think. And before he was replaced by Jerry Only's brother Doyle, he was a guitarist for the Misfits. And if you go to shows and you see on a flyer, it says featuring this guy that was in this band, sometimes a band, it's just, they try to use that just to get you to see the band, you're like, oh, cool, this guy's in the band. And I think it does the Undead a big disservice, because the Undead was a band all on its own. You don't, maybe to help people discover who they are, I guess. But anyway, what's really cool is, I interviewed the Undead on the Black Lung Show. They called in live, from New Jersey. And I might try to get them here in studio on Saturday. So that's the news. We've been talking back and forth. Hopefully I can get them to come in in studio on Saturday. So if you miss it on Sunday, we'll play it later for you. And it'll always be you can watch it on YouTube. And thanks for the people watching on YouTube. Appreciate that. You guys will have a lot of patience watching me by myself in the studio. Nobody else except for my kiddo holding down the engineering. She's doing a great job. So the good news about the show too is not only am I finally getting to play with my heroes, the Undead. Here's the album right here. Check this out, people. The Undead, Act Your Rage. I think it was released in 1989. They're playing this entire record in its entirety, which is just amazing, awesome. Because it's one of my favorite records. I've had this thing for years. This is the very first album that I listened to. My old drummer, Frank, we were big Misfits fans, and he had the record, and he let me listen to it, and I was just blown away. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I love this band. And when I got to interview him, that was really cool for me, getting to talk to him. Oh, some other crazy news about this, too. This is why the Undead kicks ass. Bobby Steele was practicing, I think a week or two ago, and tripped over a guitar cable. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. But he broke his hip. And so I'm looking at, pictures of it, and his wife's in the band. And she's posting pictures and saying that, she's asking him, you want any pain medication or anything like that? And he's like, no, I want my guitar. And so she brought him his guitar, and he was just pictures of him in the hospital bed playing guitar. And the guys in my band were, going, oh, man, is the show canceled? Was the tour canceled? And I was like, I don't know. Just going to have to wait and find out. And sure enough, he had surgery, and the very next day he was back at band practice. Now, that's a fucking soldier right there. I can't wait to meet him. That's awesome. Friday night at Gallagher's, people, Huntington Beach, come down. It's going to be the Thirsty Crows, yours truly, with my band Something Ferocious, Grr, and the Undead. You like that on, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play a song for you, Arius. We've got other bands that I wanted to get to, but like I said, we got places to go, and Turtles a Rescue. I'm going to spin some more vinyl for you. So, we were talking about this in the car. This is one of my favorite songs. We'll go out with this. And you were saying this is when you do know. So, what did we learn today, people? I think maybe we could start doing that like at the end of the Black Lung Show. The show is sponsored by the letters F and U. And what did we learn today? Nashville Pussy kicks ass. Naked Aggression kicks ass. Rest in peace, Bailey. Rest in peace, Lorna Doom. Rest in peace, Fast Eddie Clark. We also learned that turtles carry salmonella, so be very careful. We learned that Ryan loves the undead. We learned that Arius is an amazing engineer. She's going to have a career in radio. I know it. And I know that she likes this band. And here is Susie and the Banshees from my own personal record collection. It's a beautiful song. It's called Cities and Dust. So stay tuned, people. No show next Sunday. Let's go Rams. Fuck the Patriots. And we'll see you hopefully in a week or so. All right? Is this thing going to start? There you go. Thanks for listening. Bye, Benita. Bye, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Like it's a